several days will probably pass in the blur as you finally get to rest, knowing that Cyrene is in good hands.
Wait, we can't rest. It's our hands. Hold on.
It is, but there are a
That's the
lot of
opposite of resting.
you, and you can take turns. For once, there are no threats. The world seems okay. There's no false gods threatening strange magic rituals to kill lots of people. There are no evil dragons preparing to destroy where you live.
Now we can focus on the real enemy of capitalism.
Exactly.
Let's go.
But I do think it makes sense to kind of move into epilogues, because they may take a little more than one episode with everybody. Since you all each get your own nice little epilogue.
Please, can I go last? Because I actually have no idea what an epilogue's supposed to look like. And I'm going to use you guys as an example. Like, you know, the student that doesn't do the assignment and just watches everyone else do it and then just like mimics what they're doing. I'm going to do that.
Wow, nice epilogue you just did.
Shut up.
Unless someone wants to volunteer, I'll roll a die.
I could go first because I have a basic idea. And that since Joanna is the newest one in the party, I feel like it makes sense for me to go first.
Yeah. And just for you, dear listener, the way we were going to do these epilogues is a little different. I'm going to turn the reins over to the person, sort of let them describe what's going on, what Joanna is doing. I will be here to play other characters and help guide things and ask questions. But Joanna, what do the following weeks after the death of Doan and the dragon negotiations look like for Joanna?
I think that for after everything has been said and done, I have to imagine there is some kind of celebratory dinner or party that maybe lasts a couple days. And then after all that, Joanna wakes up and realizes that for the first time since she's been here, she doesn't quite have a job to do. So she spends actual time getting like to talk to people here with the purpose of only getting to know them and not needing to learn more about like how to get to a city, how to like fight a fucking like troll, that kind of stuff. And then maybe 2 weeks have passed and I think she reaches out or finds Atropa and asked to have a conversation with her.
Yeah, Atropa will make time and come to Cressa. She needs to visit Lila anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, before you know it, Atropa is standing before you. What do you have to ask?
Yeah, Atropa, it's so nice to get to see you on, no offense, on good terms.
Yes. It is nice to know that we did not become enemies.
No one heard that. So I wanted to ask about, so you know how you brought me here. I wanted to know if there's a way that I could perhaps make a walkway or a doorway to go between planes, specifically back and forth.
Yes, there is a way. You can go it would involve you traveling through the Feywilds. The Feywilds themselves connect to all of the planes. We can make it relatively easy. Just a place in the main city, a door you can walk through and find yourself wherever you would like.
And getting back, would the doorway just be on somewhere back where I came from, or would it just take me where I want to go?
The doorway would take you where you want to go, sort of think about where you want to end up. Leave a mark on the door, and magic won't go away. Not anymore. So all you'd have to do is focus when going through that door and end up back in the Feywild, and then you can come here or explore many of the other realms. They're very exciting.
That's a fascinating thought I haven't even considered. That I will take you up on that knowledge. I think I know someone that can maybe show me the way. One last thing, just once I go back to Earth, well, does magic stay with me?
I see no reason why it would go away. With spirits of an ancient being bound to you now.
I suppose. I just, I been here for what, a year, if even? I still don't know how magic works entirely, and I can't imagine how different it'll be when I go home.
Yes, I think it will be a bit of an adjustment, but I think you can handle it.
I came to this plane a memoryless librarian, and now I'm a god, so I think you're right. I think I could probably do anything.
Yes, again, I apologize about the memories. I didn't realize that at the time when I pulled you through that that would happen.
I think Joanna will give a very gentle smile and put their hand gently on Atropa's shoulder and just truthfully, Atropa, as as terrible as this sounds, I think I needed this. I think I actually know what to do with myself now.
Well, then I'm glad it can all work out in the end.
Well, again, thank you. I think I know someone that will show me the way. If not, I will message you. Please enjoy your stay here. We just had a 3-4 day long party. There's still food galore.
Well, I will partake then.
Yeah.
And you take care of yourself, Joanna.
You as well, Tropa. I will keep in touch. And with that, the next place she wants to go is to find Tamsin. Where is Tamsin, and is it the library?
I was gonna say, do you really need to ask? She's the eternal librarian now. She gotta be in the library.
Funny enough, Joanna was a librarian. So yeah, I think this same day Joanna goes to find Tamsin in the library. I feel like there's just a section that the library has kind of just set up for you, including like a large bed that I feel sometimes you just use to sleep on. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but I will be uncorrected. And yeah, Joanna will come up and sit next to you and just, Thompson, how are you doing after everything?
It's strange after working for so many things for so many years to now not have an immediate goal. How are you?
I've been, I don't know if struggling is the correct word, but it feels like it. But with the same thing. But I think a goal has appeared to me, which is why I wanted to ask you something. If you have time right now.
Of course, always for you.
Joanna, like on the table, kind of like clasps her hands together and just, so, I spoke to a tropa today, and she informed me that there is a way back home in the Feywild, and it's a two-way door, so it's something that I could go and come back if needed or as wanted. And I think I do want to at least see how the world is doing. So, does that sound like a bad thing, being that like I'm a god of this, plane now?
I imagine that being a god means you're even more welcome to travel as you will. Joanna, you said it was a two-way. Would you want to come back?
I would definitely really want to come back. And Joanna is going to gaily reach out and put her hand on one of Tamsin's hands and just continue. There's people that I love and care about that I need to see how they're doing back on Earth, but there's people here that I love and care about that I enjoy seeing and talking to and making sure they're okay. So I think it's something I would be coming back for. Yes.
Well, you would certainly have to be back for the wedding. That's true.
Yes, of course, for the wedding, and to make sure that you don't spend all of your free time here, my dear.
I think that's part of my title now.
Look, I was a librarian too, and I did leave the library, even though I slept there, I did leave there.
Well, you will have to come back and drag me out, I guess.
You won't have to tell me twice. I will say that Otropa said it is in the Feywilds, and I was wondering if you would be able to guide me there. I feel like you would know your way around there from what you've told me.
Before we opened, I've never actually been. Before we opened them and back up, I didn't get a chance to go, but I'd be happy to go with you, find the portal with you.
Oh, I guess I should have asked first if you knew, but I'd love to get lost with you.
Tamsin is sort of fidgeting with her rings in one hand and says, I know that I've offered before, and maybe it doesn't make sense or does it matter now that you're a god, but if there's anything you'd like to know before you go back about what happened, what you were thinking, what you were feeling,
I have a feeling that it will come to me when I get back home. And that is the biggest reason why I want to go. I remember where I used to stay, and remember that there's a chest with info. I don't quite know what's in there, but that's where I'll find what I need to do.
I think Tamsin looks a little like she disagrees with not taking a preparation when you have a chance for it, but sort of nods and respects your decision. When would you like to head back?
Maybe tomorrow, just so I could give like a quick hey, I'll be gone for a little bit to everyone.
Well, I certainly didn't think you were going to disappear without telling people.
You know, I don't like to worry people. And I'm telling you, so it's not like they can't reach me. I guarantee Meryl is going to try to pray to me in about an hour.
Boy.
Fair enough.
And yeah, I think Joanna gets up and just like, well, I'll leave you be, though you should maybe join us or me for dinner tonight. Yeah? We'll be at where we get dinner place.
Oh, how romantic.
Am I joining us or am I joining you?
I mean, it could just be me. If you'd like, of course.
Tamsin smiles and reaches out for Joanna's hand again and just says, "Yeah, I would enjoy that a lot."
Well, perfect. I will see you tonight then. And Joanna will squeeze Tamsin's hand, and then Joanna will give Tamsin a quick kiss on the cheek, respectful gay kiss on the cheek, and we'll head out from the library. And then for this day, we'll continue to swing by to make sure to see everyone, and be just hey, I will be gone for a little while. Don't worry about it. I will be back. I will definitely be back before the wedding, she tells Estrella, personally making sure that she's aware of this.
You better, or else. Look, okay, going to Mexico is on my fucking to-do list. I will find you.
I'll make sure to show you that place myself, okay?
Okay. She sad, puppy sad.
Joanna just gives her the mom hug where she puts her Estrella's head under her chin and holds her close. And then we'll attempt to do the same thing to Demisa, but Demisa is taller than Joanna. But Joanna still gives her a mom hug regardless.
It's okay. Misa can crouch.
I think Joanna
For
will
a
give
mom hug, she'll do whatever it takes.
Joanna will give everyone mom hugs and pick up Grun for a mom hug because Joanna is not going to crouch out though.
Yeah.
Respectfully.
Hold on, I'll get a stool and just climbs up one that's signed. Everyone was here. It's my own personal stool.
Yeah, I think Joanna and Thompson have dinner that night, and they head out to the Feywild. And Alyssa, how long do you think between Joanna and Thompson it takes for them to find this store? Or Aubrey, how hidden is this store?
I wouldn't say it's incredibly hidden. And it's it itself is a door that takes you where you want to go. It's not necessarily a door to Mexico, but as you open it, you're thinking of home, and that's where it will take you.
Yeah, so I think maybe after, I don't know, an hour, if even, with small chats, I think they get to a door that feels right, and Joanna approaches it slowly and just to Tamsin, I believe this is the place. Does it feel right to you?
It feels different to me, which I think you might have a better sense for this one.
Yeah. Joanna stands at the door and is prepping, mentally bracing herself to actually go through it, and looks again at Thompson and just, Thompson, it has been incredible getting to know you, and I thank you for everything. since I've been here, I haven't felt as comfortable confiding or talking to someone as I do with you.
Tamsin takes her hand again and says, "Well, I disagree with her means and methods. I am terribly grateful to Atropa for bringing you here. I don't know what you'll find when you go back. And if you decide that that's where you need to spend more of your time, that's completely reasonable. It was the majority of your life, but please promise that you'll come back, at least for a visit."
Joanna squeezes Tamsin's hand and looks at her like and says, "I promise, Tamsin, that I will come back for at least a visit. More than likely, a longer stay. And hopefully, next time I come here, I will be able to introduce you to my son."
Yeah. Tamsin smiles and just says, "I look forward to it."
And if Alyssa/Tamsin allows, Joanna would just give them like a big gay kiss. Very gay kiss.
Yeah. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Kiss.
Yes. And Joanna like moves back slowly and like presses their forehead to Tamsin's and then stands up and looks back one more time before going through the door and just, "I'll see you soon." And opens the door and goes through. And where she appears on the other side seems to be a dusty office with a table, some scattered papers on the desk. There is like maybe a board on the wall that says Laurel, Oregon Public Library, librarian Joanna Sanchez. And she looks around for a minute, just taking it all in and realizing with confidence that she is home. So she turns to the door she just came through, finds like a marker or like a pen or something, and marks the door and goes to uh, uh, like a closet that's in this room, and opens it, and like there are like some shelves there, but she kind of like jimmies one out, like takes the shelf out from where it's sitting, and which leaves like an open space of wall. She's going to press on one side, and it actually like is like a hidden drawer or a door. Opens it and pulls out a small chest, and the one thing she immediately knows is that this chest has been opened recently-ish, maybe not like in the past couple months, but more recently than like a year-ish that she's been gone. She opens it, and on top of some smaller like boxes and other like documents in there is a big piece of paper, like a notebook piece of paper that simply in messy handwriting says, "If you find this, call me," with a number on there. And Joanna takes like a deep breath and sits down on the chair and looks at it for a while before reaching out for the phone on the desk, which narratively still is running and working, and dials that number. And I think that's where we'll leave Joanna.
Perfect.
Oh my god, right in the fucking nipple with that one, eh?
Who would like to go next?
Okay, well, step one. Step one is what we were going to do before we got rudely interrupted by god battles, which is to resurrect my sister out of my body, which sounds weird.
Yeah.
So I figured we would do that when time allows.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still need us to make rolls for that, Aubrey?
No
I was
rolls
about
are
to be like,
needed.
that's the cruelest thing you can do. All right.
No,
The power of the epilogue. We don't need rolls no more.
we're all narrative, baby.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, hold on. All right, I'm being inundated with cats. Hopefully she's done. Nope, she's not done. I'm like, I hope she's done meowing now, and then meows directly into the mic. I don't know if it was loud enough to pick up, but the gets Teshka back. And I think Teshka is just a tiny bit older than she was when she died. Like to account for the years that she was living in Dumisa's head, with like maybe one bonus year because that was stressful, and she's earned it. But otherwise, you know, she can join the club of we were children and then horribly traumatized and are now kind of older than we look, but also are still kids club, which includes like Torfine. And there's somebody else in that club.
Theora,
Yeah. There's a few.
back from season 2.
Yeah, back from season 2. But I think there's just a very, very long hug with Teshka, who's, you know, not dead.
No longer dead.
And then there's another ghost to get rid of. Which, if Estrella is willing, I would like to also resurrect Sershu into a body.
Are you sure?
I am sure. If she does not choose to accept the terms of this, then we can put her right back where we left her. Sans my head. But I think she has work to do. And that being dead is the easy way out for her and what she's done.
All right. If you want it, we will do it. But she is your responsibility, unfortunately.
Oh, I know.
I do what my fiance asks.
I think when Sershu breathes her first breath again in whatever body Estrella saw fit to give her.
Maybe one
Yes.
with less muscles.
The twinkiest body she could find.
Yeah, no, I give her a weak one, not because I'm like scared or anything, but because I think she's gotta have to work for it again.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
She has a lot to do.
yeah. But
Yeah,
I don't change a lot. I try to give her a body that she is familiar with. So, you know, what she looked like before, but smaller, weaker in terms of muscles. Weird fucking feet. No, I'm joking, but like
She has his goat feet for some reason. It's so weird.
no. Let her stay in her body. I don't want to be like cruel that way.
Yeah, and then when she takes her first breath, and she will find Dumisa standing over her. Teshka, only if Teshka wants to be there. Teshka can go have lunch or do normal things, play kickball. What do children do? Playing kickball. The odd squad is playing kickball. Anyway, and Dumisa will not even let her up yet. Just like toss a robe over her because I think they come back naked, but that's neither here nor there. And just kneel down next to her and let her take in that she's not dead. And then say, this is not a gift. This is not a second chance. This is all your solitary act of remorse has earned you. I will not be your vessel for redemption. Your one act of contrition is not enough to absolve you of a lifetime of evil. If you want to atone, you have to do that by your own hands every day for the rest of your life. There is no easy path. There are no shortcuts. It is work that you must do, and you must want it. I will not do this for you. Do you accept these terms? Or you can go back to being dead.
And Sershu looks around, takes in the smell of the sea air, the sounds of the city, the happiness, sounds of children playing, sounds of people working, even the sounds of seagulls. And looks over to you and says, "Yes, I accept."
And I will help her up. And I will say, you are my mother. And that makes you family by blood. And I am the god of family now. I'll pull her in almost as if for a hug and say in her ear, so there is nowhere you can go that I cannot find you. If you screw this up, I will be there, and this will not happen again. And I'll let her go.
Yeah. Eventually you hear stories of this woman who just all over the place just appears in town, shows up. You know, Ecreset was the first place, the city that is still rebuilding. She shows up, sticks around, helps rebuild, helps with the harvest, and then leaves on to somewhere else. She doesn't carry a weapon, just her traveling clothes. And that becomes a bit of a folktale. A goddess of war who laid down her arms and picked up a hammer.
And the other thing I need to do is, whomever knows the answer, it might have been Sershu, it might be Teshka, it might require doing some digging up of ghosts temporarily to ask them questions, but Dumisa would like to go home to her hometown from before Vlagos, the little tiny border town somewhere on the edge of Cressa and Vlagos, so on the edge that no one really knows which country it was supposed to be part of in the first place. And see if it still exists. What's become of it?
I don't know. What has become of it? You tell me.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah, tell me, what's become of this? Did they rebuild? Is it prosperous?
I think they deserve that, yeah. I think it's still there. And I think Dumisa goes to lay a stone for her dad, and there's already one there.
Some people survive. They remember the baker. Hey, they might even remember you.
That's a surprise.
Little Dumisa. Not so little anymore.
Nope. And she has one more thing to do before she can really settle down into, well, settling down, but also into like god duties and all of that. There's no like marker for atonement. There's no way of knowing, I have been redeemed, it's done, check that off the list. You can't, it's just always. But there are a few things that she can do. concrete things that she can do before she's ready to like take up the godly mantle. And she would tell Estrella first, obviously, because it might require being away from Estrella for a while. But that is to go to all the places she went as the Tempest and rebuild them. Bring home whoever she can bring home. Lay to rest whoever needs laid to rest. Do what she can to undo what she did. And then, when those things are done, there'll always be more work. But she has additional duties by then. And, you know, it would be nice one day to add a few more kids. Maybe several more kids. Maybe like a lot of more kids. Get a wife!
We adopt monsters, literally.
Yeah! And tell the captain we got engaged.
Ooh.
They need to know.
They don't fucking know yet. Oh,
We
wait.
haven't told them. We've been busy.
Oh, shit.
I meant
Oh,
to,
yeah.
and then things kept happening.
Oh, my fucking
So that's
God.
also on the to-do list is to just get on a boat and just no wait, we're gods. We're just gonna show up and just be like, hey captain,
Yeah,
look
I
at
was
the
gonna.
ring, and then smooch the
Literally
captain.
instant transmission to their location. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think other than that is that she's just gonna make sure Estrella knows wedding is on the agenda, but it just may have to wait just a little bit, as long as she's okay with that.
She is very okay with that. We rushed the fuck out of our relationship. I think it's
It's about time we we take things a little slow for once.
Yeah.
We did the slow burn, and then we jumped through several stages out of nowhere. We just went boom, 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 and now we can be like, okay, we can have a long engagement. We
Like
had a
that.
very short dating period.
Literally, yeah. It's fine with me.
Yeah. You, anything else?
No, I think that's where we leave Demisa. It's just in the future.
And
Or we can leave her gay on a boat with her. Two partners.
Hell yeah.
Gay with a sunset. Yeah, we'll have a little sunset and they're all free
Sunset.
scooching. Why not? We can be super gay.
Sunset's good. And dear listener, don't worry about the wedding. I have plans. You will see it. It will happen. But that's a future thing. Shall I roll the die again?
No, make Aki go next.
Okay, Aki, you're going.
I hate you bitches.
Farris, you can decide who goes next.
Fine. I will decide who goes next after. Okay. Shit. I have a bullet point list of things I want to do and say that they have done. But I feel like an appropriate thing to do is to kind of continue from where we low-key just were left off. Yumisa says, I want to go and do all these things. And Estrella's like, no, go do your things. I want to do some princess stuff. Not gonna lie. I want to live like very publicly as a princess. I feel like I am already and I gotta continue it, but there's a lot of things I want to do. I want to help the dragons settle in and then reintegrate them to society. I also need to constantly make sure, well, not constantly, but you get the point. Make sure that, Vlagos and Cressa are chilling. And I feel like I should spend more better quality time in Vlagos. Like, specifically not trapped in the castle. That'd be great, But also, it's not complete yet, so expect like another half later. But I would like to give you some presents first. They are engagement presents, so you can go do your shit. But like, at least this is not just like waiting there, These aren't presents that I should let cook, Like I want to give, so. The first one I give you is the one that I had made in Vlagos, which is the armbands of many things. They're basically just it's like the tool of many things, but for armbands, so it's like Dumisa can keep all her hobby stuff on her while she's doing it. So it's like, if she's like crocheting, here's the hook, here's the needles, here and whatnot, like that kind of vibe. And I feel like they're interchangeable. They're also, in theory, because we took apart the tool of many things to make this, in theory, they're magical. So maybe Dumisa's like, damn, wish my knitting needle was bigger. Ba-bam. It's in the arm.
What's
Bam.
great is I also have the ability to craft anything now.
Yeah, I know, but like sometimes you don't want to use your god powers to make things.
No, like it just makes it more fitting that I have the ability to do that.
Exactly.
Because now I have these cool things, so of course I can craft anything. Any tool I need is present.
Yeah. And so I give you all of that. Well, I give you that. And then the second one I give you. Second gift is that robotic fish, but it's not a robot, it's magic this time, so you can just record shit.
Billy Bass?
I had that made, and I just left it.
The Billy Bass?
Yeah. Yeah, I had it made a while back, and I just like left it.
Oh my gosh.
Because I thought you'd fucking love that.
Above table, I had one of those growing up.
Yeah.
I had all the songs memorized.
But this one, it's we got a few songs. Sure, probably put a few songs in there that you would like. But also, this just looks like a fun thing that she thinks you would enjoy.
Does it sing with your voice?
Yeah.
Is it your voice coming out of the fish?
Yeah, but it's a fish. It's a full-on fish. Like, it's a pink fish. It's fish.
I want you to know that now that means Dumisa's out there, she's building a house or whatever, and there's just this mounted fish on the corner just singing the most beautiful music.
It'd be so funny if it was like if it was like a reverse mermaid. So instead of the lower half of being the fish part, that's the human part. It's just funny, man. But like also you have a lot of lesbian decor, so you might
as well have a fish.
Yeah, you might enjoy it.
Women want me, fish fear me.
Woman me, fish want woman.
Real fish on the wall type of thing. And then the last thing I had made you was blueprints for a house we might want in the future. Because I know Estrella knows you'd probably want to make it. But Estrella wants to help. And by help, she means just tell you what to do. with obviously tons of like wiggle room for you to do whatever you'd like. But it's sort of like, oh, this would be nice. It's going to have a lot of rooms because we have a lot of family. And we probably will end up having even more family. And the door is kind of cool. I might ask Tamsin to help me with that. We're gonna make it like like a portal door.
To go anywhere?
To go to some places. I don't know if we want to go anywhere, I just do that now. But like make it easier to visit people. You know? Like maybe we have one door and it goes to the castle in Cressa, and maybe another door goes to the castle in Flagos, and maybe another thing goes to
Dragon Island?
yes.
That'd be
Yeah,
go and visit the god babies.
exactly. It'd be so much easier, and that way, you don't have to rely on me always. Because, like,
And
what
you
if
can
I'm
still have a home, maybe somewhere kind of close to Soli,
yeah,
and still commute to work, and it's a short commute,
exactly.
and you don't even have to expend any energy to do it. You can just,
yes,
save
exactly.
you energy,
Exactly.
and you get to
why.
work where you want to work and live where you want to live.
See, it sounds so good on paper. And like, if I ever want to retire being a princess, I could just pretend to be like a fucking wizard.
Yeah.
But that's like later thoughts. But it's kind of nice looking at it on paper.
I mean, it's gotta be really nice to look at it in real life too.
I know, but it's nice to look at it. Like, we can frame it later.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, it's a beautiful blueprint. Beautiful.
Yes. All these nice things, and we have so much time to do it all.
We have more time than I ever imagined we would get.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
I give you a big old smooch.
Yeah, you're also gonna get a big smooch.
Big smooch.
I'm gonna pick you up and spin you around and smooch you.
Yeah. And now to continue with this nebulous epilogue. I've already said that I'm gonna continue being public facing princess, which Estrella does because she's kind of already did that. Like, she's established that, so she should. And she does all her godhood stuff sort of in secret. Estrella is also very prominent, or was prominent, in all the true god stuff, so she'll continue to be a figure that way. And that's how she's able to separate her two lives, if that makes sense. Things that she does while princessing would be like, one, letting the Feywild breathe, and then afterwards establishing anything they want to do. Like, they've been cut off for like 200 years, so things have changed, probably for them and for us. So it's like, why don't we talk and see what we want to do? Do we want to trade? Do you want to be left the fuck alone and we just make the Feywilds even more mysterious? It's like one of those vibes. She probably brings Lila with her for that, because actually there's so many half Fey babies in this pantheon.
Who's who's related to your fiance?
Yeah, I was like, I go bring my in-law. I'm just like, damn, we should. Hell, I'll bring Tamsin too. If Tamsin wants to go, why not, right? Like, this is kind of like a, like, Estrella's just there as like a princess, right? The Feywild probably knows that's a god, but like, it's just like, shut up, like, I'm just here on behalf of half the globe, because Crest is really big and so is Lagos, and technically that's what it is. We established some stuff, future stuff that we do in the future. Just saying. Feywild campaign. Estrella's gonna spend even more time with her family, especially while Dumisa is off doing redemption things. It will give Estrella a chance to one, figure out how to number these dads. We were kind of just on the fly, but I feel like everybody just now needs a separate dad adjacent name. and that's how we're gonna go about it, you know. Also need to spend a lot of time with Rosie and the other dragon babies, and Rosie with the dragon babies, you know, all those things. And also it was implied many moons ago that there are more fucking dragon eggs that fell from the sky. So one, Estrella's gonna let Malfurion know about that, and two, ask if he needs help and wants them back. And maybe three, ask if he even knew about that. Like, did you misplace like a clutch of eggs?
And the answers are yes, he knew about that. Two, he sent them down there to hopefully hatch at some point, because unfortunately they can't really hatch in space.
Oh no.
So that's why they were sent there. And yes, he would very much enjoy having someone help him collect all of them. You've already found 2, so there are like 4 more that he knows of.
The very fun side adventures of that happen or will begin to happen. Speaking of that kind of shit, we also had a lot of civilian survivors from Naxos that took up in that abandoned village.
Yeah.
I would love to check up on them.
They're doing great. Like,
Yeah.
the village itself is close to a natural mine, so it's, they got industry, they have, like, logging, so they're doing pretty good for themselves.
Okay, amazing. That's straight up bussin'. I wanted to double check that and make sure that they were okay, because we did just kind of leave them there. And so I just want to check them. Yeah, like check on them every now and then, make sure that they know they're not forgotten. We're just all the way over here now, and if you want to come over here, sure. You want to stay? That's a fucking amazing.
Yep.
We gotta figure out the border issues now.
Yeah, someone, a bunch of them, did move on to places like Ekerset, Osheim, Cressa. They all kind of spread out. And now there really kind of isn't so much of a need for demigods to stay hidden.
This is true. Ooh.
So they can kind of just go wherever they want now and not feel like they have to hide.
That's nice. Let me see. I have more on this list. So technically, Visit Mexico is there. I don't want to do that right now. I want Joanna to go take me. So whenever Joanna goes back or comes back, and then we chill for a bit, and I'll be like, now take me to Mexico. But that is a super future thing. Also, a part of the super future is straight up marrying the captain after I marry Numisa.
Heck yeah.
That bitch said he wanted to marry me. Prove it. Like,
You'll do it.
Yeah.
Do it, coward. Do it.
Yeah, exactly. Marry me,
Calling
bitch.
you out, see?
Boop, 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 boop. I also am planning, Tamsin and I talked about starting the Soul Project here. Find a way to maybe unlich Tamsin if they ever wanted that, but also maybe understand lichdom a little better. Can we not do like a mass kill? Can we what if we just eat an entire library, and so every 50 years they have to rebuild a library? We're gonna look into that. I don't know if we need to even RP that, but if Alyssa wants, we can.
I don't think we need to RP that, but yeah.
That's my other mom project. That's my mom number 2 project.
And look, you've got someone who used to be a lich and is no longer a lich.
Winston.
Winston.
Win fucking Stin, you're absolutely right. Oh my god, this becomes a tiny project. This becomes a tiny, tiny club, even. I'm trying to think of a cool name for the Lich Club, but I guess the Lich Club really is the best name for it.
Yeah, kinda.
Second last thing, I do this all and still have therapy on the side. Yeah, I make bi-weekly visit to Luctus, and we therapy the shit out of it.
Get therapy you need.
And probably the final thing, the final true thing Estrella is gonna do while still also being a princess, but just like public figure in general. I go back to college and get my degree in linguistics.
That's the most unrealistic part of the entire game. Finishing
Should be incredibly easy for you now.
You graduate in like 2 weeks.
Can you imagine? You go to school and it's just like, is that the princess of Grissa? And she was like, yep. And I'm wearing regular jeans because technically Joanna brought jeans into the universe.
Is this the princess? Yeah, and I'm trying to pass my finals. I'm on 3 cups of coffee and I'm not 2 hours of sleep. Leave me alone.
And in turn, jorts.
Cressa rocks a jort summer.
I mean, they probably have to. It's very tropical.
Yeah. And I feel like the worst thing that could happen is that, like, the Vlogosians see it and they'll be like,
Oh no, you can't
Jeez.
let them see it. No.
what a concept, jeans!
You can't see the Vlogosian jorts.
Denise's
no.
out here doing things and then she walks by. It's just like, no!
No, not the jorts.
Yeah, like it's
They're gonna become those people who wear shorts in winter.
literally.
No, they were so practical for so long.
All of that out the window.
I'm not sorry.
How dare you?
But yeah, I go back to school. I probably go to several schools. I'm not gonna lie. I think Estrella just wants to have a little semblance of someone her age is doing.
Oh, you know what the funniest part is?
What?
You can afford it.
Exactly.
You don't have to take out a college loan. You're set.
College loans don't exist in Cyrene.
Yeah, everything's free, and in fact,
education.
that was like one of the main parts of Estrella's thing, godhood. She was building schools and then also making sure that all art programs are funded, so nobody can pull a capitalism bullshit.
Why did I just imagine Tamsin as the Eternal Librarian reverse stealing like books into Estrella's like schools, where it's like she'll steal books sometimes, and sometimes they'll also just like slide like 15 random books into it. And Estrella's like, why are there books about the human anatomy and the spinal cord fluid in this library? I didn't order these, Tamsin.
But I did. I got the Eternal Library card, and it really is like a black platinum library card.
The Amex card of libraries.
Does Tamsin make custom library cards for their library?
It's like a key to the portal that takes him to Tamsin's super secret Lich library.
I
I
hope
was
Tamsin
gonna
gets an
say-
interdimensional library.
I don't know that Tamsin has a public library.
Yeah.
You have to break into the library, which honestly I do.
You can steal a book, you can keep it.
Exactly.
I mean, look, she's literally a wizard rogue. Like, yes, that's what
It's
she
true.
wants people to do.
Obtain
to-
knowledge, but steal it. It's kind of funnier that way. That's part of your anthemas, and you.
We have a side quest where we just play random, like, level 1 adventurers trying to do a heist of the library.
Level 1.
Level 1! I want to see what level 1 can do against Tamsin's strats.
I don't think they can do much but die.
Exactly.
Well,
It's worth it for knowledge.
anything else, Estrella?
Gosh, no, I don't think so. I think that's what she's doing.
Well, at some point, your mother and father get remarried.
Yeah!
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah!
And it's a big thing. It's
Oh, yeah.
big. It's like royal coronation big.
Oh yeah. We amp it up. We make it bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice. Rosie's
Yeah.
flower girl. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh my fucking god.
So cute.
Oh,
I don't know
we're
why I
done.
just imagined her eating the flowers.
She's not a heathen like you.
Shh.
Not shh. Get out of here.
Aubrey, would Rosa eat the flowers, yes or no?
No.
Damn it.
She'd be told not to, and she would do it because she's good.
Cringe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. And I can pick who goes next, right?
Yes. That's how,
Okay,
that's how it's going now.
Okay, originally I was gonna pick Gruen, but we started talking a lot about Tamsin. Now I want to see what bald bitch gonna do.
I mean, fully, this is not part of my epilogue, but if someone dies in Tamsin's eternal library looking for books for like knowledge purposes and not just selling purposes, she absolutely goes to Marrow and brings them back and then trades them.
Tamsin's secret
you gotta
library.
sell.
Oh my god, Tamsin's secret library is the owl
Your
in
wife
Avatar. Yeah, Wang Shi Tong's library. Oh my fucking god! Except instead of that sad guy dying, surrounded by books, and he's just a skeleton in Korra. Tamsin's like, you're a skeleton that moves.
He gets to become the spirit foxes.
Yeah. Oh my god, Wang Shi Tong. I love that bitch, but I love
He's
Tamsin
so
more.
cool.
Yeah. I think that we see Tamsin and Amidas returning to Tamsin's home / wizard tower in Ozheim. Not to move there, more I think to sort of pack up and move on from that chapter in their lives, because it's, 400 years past now, and maybe living in a chapel to that loss and sorrow for 400 years wasn't great for Tamsin, and they should start somewhere else. So I think we have them, maybe Amidas bullying Tamsin a little bit for all the stolen library books. Tamsin absolutely refusing to return them to the university in Ozheim, but maybe being willing to return some of the other ones. Clearing out that room that Marrow found that was a nursery, or would have been a nursery, and talking about their new place and having rooms for all of the kids and their kids to visit and stay. And traveling, and I think that, Tamsin spends a little more time in the Feywild, doesn't try to find her mom yet, but scratching that itch, just relishing being there, getting to know it. Maybe they go to Ireland through that same door that took Joanna to Mexico. And it's good. But Tamsin is a lich, and even before she was a lich, she was a deeply knowledge hungry. So we also see her calling back that book on the Tyrant of the Dark Star from Joanna's bag, and using that spell that she offered for Joanna on the book itself. So, 9th level Forgotten Lines, Aubrey, also reveals information that the writer's self-centered and didn't commit to paper.
Yeah. You learn.
Tamsin, what the fuck? You're gonna cause the
You learn more about the tyrant, you learn things that you did already know, that the tyrant was a creation of Thanaton, the creator of Cyrene. It was the first other being he created when he broke his soul. But something happened along the way that this one, as Hollow, got greedy, got hungry, devoured knowledge and life itself, including every other person that Thanaton created when he broke his soul. You think about the tomb that you saw that was the vault. All of the sarcophaguses in there were people that Thanaton shattered his soul to, and people that the tyrant consumed. Thanaton was eventually able to banish him using some of the last of his power to the darkest realms beyond all planets. And it's been thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years of the tyrant working its way all the way across space and time, consuming all of the planets between it and Cyrene. And this author saw no way to defeat the tyrant at this time. Because how do you defeat something that is beyond space and time itself?
Yeah. Oh, if you have more lore for me, please.
There's more lore. You also, it looks like it was on a page that was ripped out. You do catch a last name. This is connected to the Zerai family somehow. But that's what you get. Everything else you've learned from the book. That was pretty much everything they took out and did not put in.
Yeah. And I think that one rededicates Tamsin to Lich Club because, hey, maybe, eating this knowledge was not great, and the sort of impulse to do it is reflective of the Dark Star here, and that's not great. But also, I think that it is really grounding for her because she knew it was a threat from, the first time they got the book, and then Malfurion brought it up again. But having something sort of tangible, a threat to keep working towards, is something that she needs. She is god of knowledge and toil, and so having that focus is actually really good for her. And I think that we see her sort of happily rededicating herself to her studies while also, taking time for her people. And in her new home with a Midas, a door that is marked the same way that Joanna marked that door in the Feywild. And I think our last scene of Tamsin's epilogue is that door opening. And I will pass it to Groon.
Groon.
Yes. All right. So I'm the only one that still has work to do because the work never ends for Groon. But I know the first thing in the couple of days, there's got to be a lot of partying, and Groon will be enjoying most of it while also waiting for Heavy to return. Because I know she put out for him, I'm not sure how long ago it was now. But it'd probably be, what, a couple weeks for him to get back?
Yeah, by the time the parties are done and you've recovered, Heavy's back.
Yes, and Groon would like to talk to Heavy, like, reach out to him, give him kind of an update on everything that's been happening, including the giant planning monster somewhere in the universe.
That freaks him out, certainly. But he's ready. He's ready to do whatever you need from him. He will supervise the building of your temple. He will dedicate himself to you, to helping you be the god that you can be, rise to your full potential. Heavy always believed in you. That's why he brought you here, and he continues to believe in you.
It definitely, it feels a little bit strange because, Heavy's like a father figure, and the dynamic has slightly switched, but hasn't really, because let's see if I can word this in character. With everything that's happened, I realize that I have a lot more to learn, and there's a lot of things I need to do to be able to help people, so I need help with that. Yes, so in more narrative terms, Groon's gonna spend a lot of time learning, mostly from Heavy at first, because Heavy is not going to be around as long as everyone else.
He's an elf. He'll be around for a bit.
How long do they live compared to gods? Oh goodness.
I think Pathfinder lore says elves straight up don't die unless someone kills them.
To be fair, you have a solid 1,000 years. So I mean, give or take, you a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Groon's gonna work on like building up all of these temples and hospitals, orphanages, all of which will have a gigantic bonfire in the center, which will let her travel from temple to temple and do her rounds, helping out, as many people as she can. She will be a little bit cross with Doomy and Estrella for moving out of the city. Hopefully they have a big bonfire too that's just Groon size to let her pop in every once in a while.
Redraw the plans to have a bigger fireplace.
Pops out of the fire. Wait, Groon Santa confirmed.
Well, actually, if
we do the Logosian fire pits instead of a fireplace.
I was gonna say, if we have like a fireplace type of thing, wouldn't that low-key count? Like if it's in our house, like in theory, with the house with the blueprints, like the plan in mind was there is a stationary house. We could totally just have a fire pit that's also a part of the stationary house. It's just the door kind of is like a quick teleport to places we want to go. So like in there, you always here, it's just here's the stationary house.
Yeah, those fireplaces are very important. It's how we get around, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's always a place for Groon. That'd be wild if there wasn't.
Yeah.
Um,
Build you a little room just for Grin for when you visit. You can mark the door with your sigil.
yes, and of course, Grun will teach all of her followers and the nurses and stuff how to make the sigil. And the one last thing I have here, which is very important, is I don't know how it's going to start, but the children who live in the orphanage will think that it's good luck to leave donuts under the bed at night. And every once in a while, one of the donuts will disappear, and whoever's donut disappears is just especially blessed.
That's so
Congrats,
cute.
you have a mouse infestation.
It all comes full circle.
Are you fucking Santa?
Not good donut.
Yes,
Does Grin become
You're
Santa?
Santa. You're fire Santa.
Please be
Fire
fire
Santa.
Santa. No fireplaces and everything.
Exactly. You come out of the fire and fireplaces, you eat floor donuts, you're Santa. You just have to leave gifts.
This is how the North Pole elf vision becomes popular, is because Groon is so small
Oh, of course.
and has
You
that
smell
North
in
Pole
green.
elf. Yeah, in green.
Oh my god.
Please make this
Green
canon,
and
Starlock.
red
It is
are
canon.
your colors. You are Groon. The spirit of Christmas is not going.
Oh my god.
Grun did want to go to see Earth as well, so maybe she just missed the time window a little bit.
Joanna brings a bunch of books from like the library back home. One of them happens to be A Christmas Tale or whatever.
Mhm.
Points, it does me.
And I think that Groon will also seek out on the down low, don't need to roleplay it out, but Doomy's mom.
Yeah.
Because that also is an important part, is like helping people redeem themselves, and that she is they have similar missions.
Yeah.
Just using hammers instead of band-aids.
Yep. Yeah, you can. Yeah. You know what she looks like, and you have godly powers.
You have her IP, her home address too.
There's so many gods just keeping one eye on Sarshu at all times.
Yeah.
She like has a contingent of snipers trained on her.
It's on site.
So I guess that means it's your turn, Tick.
Oh no. Emotionally, I'm not ready.
Take us home, literally.
The ultimate outro.
Yeah,
I have some stuff for just world things, world
Secret.
epilogue stuff after Tick
okay.
goes.
I should have to say, like, hold on, are you hijacking my epilogue? You're giving me lore? Okay. Well, the most important thing to do right after things are calm enough is not party, because there are, like, a metric fuck ton of souls that are kind of stuck outside the underworld right now. There's more that are missing, and I don't know what Dewan did to them, if he did actually absorb all of them for power or what. Can I find the people who went missing? If I go there now, are they like there?
When you finally defeated Doan, it broke the hold on it, so all of the souls were sent back to the underworld.
Oh god, I'm gonna have a lot of organizing to do. Yes, so I will go back to the underworld, and it does not look as depressed and dreary as it did. It is filled with all sorts of plant life that is simply whimsical and almost surreal in a way. It doesn't seem like anything that would normally grow in Cyrene, as if a few aspects of certain plants have been taken together and melded into something infinitely more unique and creative. It's definitely very pretty, but also a little off-putting at first until you get used to it. kind of like the imagination of someone who has spun many worlds into one. And I will start delegating shit. I don't think I can manage how many souls that have been backlogged over how many years. So there are so many psychopomps. There are so many beings. There's Cerebus who's guarding the gate. I'm going to start delegating every single task that needs to be done. I need to find the wife of the boatsman too.
Yeah,
Where is she?
she's in the tomb, which is also a vault. There are things there. You can find the bottle that she is being kept in because she is a pixie.
Oh! I'm going to open that bottle and just wave and be like, "Oh, hello, you must be the boatsman's wife. I've been looking for you."
And you can reunite them and
Yep.
return return Orpheus's voice so he can
Yes,
sing once more.
I'm going to return his voice. Does he want to keep manning that boat? Because it's a very depressing job. But I also don't have any other qualified people right now.
He'll offer to stick around until you can find someone new, and maybe he'll come and help from time to time, but
That would be great. Yeah, there's so much sorting, there's so much delegating, there's so many people that need to be like welcomed in, probably given some sort of therapy at this point. Zolzrum can help. I'm dragging him to help me a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's like a whole mess that needs to be cleaned up, you know? But after all the tidying and all the working, probably over like a week or so of just sorting everything together, making sure the false gods got punched into the wheel as fast as physically possible, because I don't trust them to exist for more than 3 seconds in this place. Respectfully, I don't want to have a thought after Estrella killed him. I want him to be killed and immediately shut into that wheel. That's it. No time to reflect. No time to think. Punch it right into that space wheel right there. But after all is said and done, I do pet the dog as well, which is, of course, legally required.
yes.
One of the things I'd like to do after is go check on my mom. She's moved in with Tamsin, it looks like, and I need to tell her, about all the work that I have to do. The fact that I've fixed things up a lot better. The man that has hurt you is no longer going to be able to hurt you, and that I'll come to visit as often as possible. And if I don't visit soon enough, you can message me and I'll come to visit.
You'll get a hug and your mother saying, "I'm proud of you."
Thank you. I'm going to do everything in my power to make this a lot better. Honestly, that's a low bar, so I'm going to raise it to super a lot better.
I have faith in you.
Mm-hmm. And this might be a little morbid, but whenever you die, it will be a very different and a lot nicer of a place to go to.
I don't plan on dying anytime soon, but that is good to know.
Good, you better not.
No, I don't plan on it. I plan to enjoy the rest of whatever I have.
Mm-hmm. Now, is Tamsin still in there? Is Tamsin with her? Same house and everything, right? Because I could also bug Tamsin.
Well, Tamsin would have let you had time to have an emotional conversation alone with your mom if you wanted.
Yeah, Tamsin just lurking in the background, peeking her eyes over. She's like, I need to bug the other mom now. I have so many moms. Is this what Australia feels every day, but with dads?
Isn't it fucking great?
It is. It's just you want more every single day. But yes, after giving my mom a good hug and then getting a promise that she's going to essentially go to therapy,
She's been going to therapy.
Yes, I will fund her therapy and I will make sure she goes to it. But I am also going to check in on Tamsin to make sure that she's kind of settled in, like a mom checkup, yeah, you doing good, Tamsin? Everything settling in? I'm just taking a quick break before I go back to working on everything.
Marrow, you spent a lot of time telling Estrella that she needed to rest.
But you see, I have a secret ingredient. It's called I delegate stuff. And also I'm taking a break right now.
That's true. I'm glad.
Exactly. And they look really, really proud of it. And it's just like, what about you?
It's a little strange after everything to head back into basically a normal life, but I'm doing well. Worried a little, maybe, about Joanna, but I'm sure that she's fine.
Oh, I don't think anything in any world could do anything to Joanna at this point, to be completely honest. If anything, I'm scared for Mexico in case anything happens. I think Joanna could kick all of Mexico's ass. That's besides the point. I did want to go, I was just a bit busy. But I think we've got things finally under control. If you ever want to come visit, please do. I'd be happy to see you.
Of course, and you know you're welcome here. Anytime.
Of course. I'll make you proud by stealing from your library.
You can certainly try.
Oh, I certainly will. And let me check my list real quick as I leave tips into her books. Oh, right. I have a specific note telling, make sure Lila gets a break. Because I'm busy now, but she better not fucking be.
Lila sleeps for an entire week.
Oh, thank God. I will leave her to rest, but I will leave like a little flower pot for like when she finally stops sleeping. And like a little note that's like, hey, we should hang out sometime because the world's not fucking ending anymore. But yes, and I'd say at the end of everything, after fixing everything up and having the Underworld run as smoothly as it can right now, but after figuring everything out, definitely visiting all of their friends to say hello, definitely also visiting Mexico at some point because I want to visit Mexico really badly and probably become labeled as a local cryptid. But they will go back to the Underworld, now a lot more beautiful than when they first left it, to a whimsical and spiraling tower that looks just like a plant with a blooming flower at the top that they can fly to and rest in. And as they go to bed to take a rest after another long day of organizing all of these souls and making sure everyone in death is truly happy, for once, after 2 years, Mara was finally home.
Yeah. Was that it?
Yes. I don't think I missed anything.
I don't think you did either. I think you got everything. But Cyrene itself has changed so much since you all started your adventure. You've seen literal cities raised and built, and seen dragons return to the world. And in the next few years, you watch as Ikriset is rebuilt, as the Zorai family returns and builds their ancestral city once again, bigger, better than ever, becomes a bit of a rival to Ozheim in terms of magical learning and science and technology. And Cressa itself, led by the goddess of the night, even though all the people there don't know it, sees so much. Just, it prospers, becomes the city and country that it was always meant to be. People happy and, proud of their queen and everything that they do. Estrella, you see statues of Rin again. And, the repeat, people will openly worship Rin. The name the Mad King will fall into just folklore, and maybe eventually the god of chaos and trickery won't even be associated with that. He will be the god of chaos and trickery, but the kind of fun trickery that children do, or teenagers do, or adults do, just people having fun, pulling pranks, and sort of letting the world see where it takes them. That sort of chaos. You have you have Lila, you have the Fate Weaver, you have all of these gods whose all of their power rises, their knowledge rises, people know of them, talk of them, openly worship. And then you have the dragons. At first, it's scary. People have always heard the stories. It's the stories that everyone grew up on, and it takes time. But there's a reintegration into society. Solzrum teaches dragonology at the university in Osheim and just teleports back to the Dragon Island every night. And dragons go out, they live other places, they spread across the world, they find love, get married, live happily ever after. And you all watch as over the years the false gods are forgotten about. The temples are repurposed, become something else, something better. Cyrene is healing, growing. Vlagos opens the first Bard College in record time. Heron makes a little bit of a scandal by marrying his accountant. They adopt plenty of children from nations that were torn apart by the war. Rose and Atalanta will eventually marry, and Atalanta will finally stop being guard captain. Jericho and Theseus will marry as well. The one that they have a quiet ceremony. They like their, living in peace and quiet. Theseus just wants to be a prince, and he kind of sometimes just wants quiet. He lives a double life, Double life maybe not be the word, but and eventually Kratos and Serena will marry as well. And eventually people will also forget that Serena was also the princess. Serena kind of likes it that way. She just gets to be an alchemist and have, help people through alchemy, and doesn't have to worry about being a princess. She becomes a princess. But the world has changed in so many different ways. All because of everything that you did. There's the saying of, the butterfly effect. Through the last couple of years, a small group heading to a lost city has changed the world, has brought peace to the world in a way that Cyrene really hasn't ever known peace. You all know that it can't last. Eventually things will happen. But you get to enjoy it for a while. Just the quiet life as you enjoy godhood, enjoy just not being who you were. You're all different, very different from when you started. And eventually we will return to Cyrene. We will see things. I have a wedding to plan. And there are other things down the line, who knows? But that is a story for another time. So Tick, would you like to take us out one last time?
I'd be honored, Aubrey. Thank you for listening to the last episode of Blood of Kings, our flagship game of Goblins and Gaze. If you like what we do here, feel free to follow us on Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, all sorts of social media that we have. Support us on Patreon so we can continue working on the shows that you know and love. Blood of Kings may finally be allowed to sleep. These characters get the rest they deserve and the peace that they've ever longed for. But there are still more stories that we have to tell. So stay safe, dear viewers. Eat your vegetables, and you'll see what has in store next. Good night.
There's a station here that doesn't exist. Orbiting a planet not on any charts.
Wait, where is that coming from?
Oh, God. With people here, that shouldn't be, can't be.
Close it! Close the fucking door!
And they're not the only thing here. If you're getting this, we probably didn't make it out. So you need to know this is so much bigger than what we thought it was. And I don't think it can be.
Hello, listeners, and welcome back to the cold embrace of the cosmos. I think it's time for a second season of Mother May I, don't you?